All right, fans, welcome back to the second half of tonight's Rwl Sn Rl in Nashville. We'd like to apologize for the opening and the indiscrepancy with the audio. We were unaware the sound was not going over the air, and we apologize for that. Don Hickson here with Christy Ogilvie and Wally Cardell. Tex Lynch and Johnny Bianco are out of town this evening, and we'll be back next week. All right, as we continue tag team action, a non-title matchup with the Snarl Tag Team Champions, the Psychedelics, the Freak, and the Wild Thing Wayne Tague, facing Mad Dog X and the Black Sinister, the X-Clan.
Awesome sauce. No matter what, the X-Clan, win or lose, always delivers top-quality tag team competition.
And tonight they're getting top-quality tag team competition from the Snarl Tag Team Champions.
The title tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by the Icon, the Legend Magic, at a combined weight of 360 pounds from Newark, New Jersey, and over for 100 years of oppression, Mad Dog X and the Black Sinister, the X-Clan.
These former RWL Tag Team Champions, the Mad Dog X and the Black Sinister, the X-Clan, have been frustrated in their quest to gain anything like a championship title match. And they're back. They're determined to try again in this non-title matchup against the Freak and the Wild Thing.
They got the slimmest of chances, Don, but it's a chance, no matter how small. The X-Clan are cunning, always watching for their opponents to make that once crucial mistake that'll end up costing them the match. They're fast, and their coordination is off the charts, but it's their ability to size up an opponent that's won them more matches than anything.
This is their first ever matchup against the Psychedelics. They better size them up hot, quick, and in a hurry.
Their opponents, at a combined weight of 470 pounds, the Freak and Wild Thing Wayne Tague, the RWL Snarl Tag Team Champions, the Psychedelics.
Like the old saying goes, you don't know what you've got until it's gone, and it's strange seeing the Psychedelics coming down to ringside without Sylvia Strong.
Somehow, I don't think Sylvia is terribly focused on what's going on here, and neither is Johnny. And I bet Tex isn't worried a bit either. It's nice they all get some time off. But yeah, the Freak and Wild Thing are focused enough, having been on a very hot streak lately. But I bet X-Clan, with their unique style, might throw the champs off their game.
And so it's to be Black Sinister and the Freak starting us off in this tag team matchup. Referee Tom Canamora sounds the bell. Here we go. Sinister with a running Hurricane Rana on the Freak. The Freak counters him into a back body drop. Rounds him up. Black Sinister with a kick to the midsection. The Freak rounds him up. Oh, rib breaker from the Freak. Black Sinister trying his best here. Rounds the Freak up, escorts him to the X-Clan's corner. Nails him headfirst into the turnbuckle, but the Freak turning it around quickly. Hard Irish whip into the Psychedelics corner. And Black Sinister quickly counters and escapes. Sinister whips the Freak to his corner. Again, the Freak quickly counters, drives a hard shot into the back of the Black Sinister. The Freak with a snapmare misses with the kick. Sinister with a shot across the bow. And here we go. The Freak countering with a series of elbows to the midsection. Here we go. Sinister whipped into the Psychedelics corner once again, managing to counter and escape. Another hard Irish whip into the corner for the Freak, but the Freak countering the drop kick and making it ineffectual. Sinister whips him out onto the apron. Here comes Mad Dog X. His first time into the matchup. The Freak slams him face first into the mat. Mad Dog X being dragged closer to the Psychedelics corner. The Freak tags in the Wild Thing Wayne Tague for the first time. Wayne Tague. Oh, Hurricane Rana from Mad Dog X, quickly countered by Wild Thing Wayne Tague. Mad Dog X catches a hip toss. from the Wild Thing. Counters it quickly back to his feet. The Wild Thing counters him, takes him right back down to the canvas again. Wild Thing Wayne take quickly countered. Mad Dog X is taken down with a drop kick. Mad Dog X and the Black Sinister, the X Clan. Talk about a well-oiled machine, this tag team. They've been around for years and they are as smooth as they come. Mad Dog X countered by the Wild Thing. Whipped out onto the apron. Wayne take counters with a forearm, takes himself back inside. Mad Dog X whipped into the corner, clothesline down. Magic. Pacing outside like a caged animal, looking a little concerned for the X-Clan. DDT from the Wild Thing. Countered. Mad Dog X climbs up over the shoulders. The Wild Thing Wayne takes, slam face first down. Hand kick to the mat yet again. And the Wild Thing give him the eye. And Mad Dog X up over the shoulders we go. And a beautiful driver. Wild Thing escorts Mad Dog X close to the center ring. Covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2, but only a 2. Mad Dog X still powered out. Whipped into the Psychodelic's corner, quickly countered and escaped. Mad Dog X drops the Wild Thing to the canvas. And a little bit of showboating here from the X-Clan. Running clothesline. Second. Rebound off the ropes. Beautiful kick. Mad Dog X currently in control. Wild Thing Wayne take. Rounds him up, snap suplex. And right back down he goes. In comes the Black Sinister. Tagged into the match. Running drop kick. Takes Wild Thing Wayne take down. Tries for another, doesn't get it. Wayne take. Running clothesline. A second. Rebound off the ropes. And a drop kick. Oh, beautiful. Mimicking the moves he just experienced. Here we go. 1, 2, and only a 2. The Black Sinister quickly powering out of the pin. Wayne take. Catches a spinning heel kick. And Black Sinister. Look at this. Rolls him up. And what a... Wow. And Black Sinister displaying some serious moves on the part of the X-Clan. Covers. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, but no, the Freak right there breaks up the pin. Black Sinister takes himself all the way topside. Wild Thing Wayne take getting to his feet. Here we go. Woohoo! Caught and powerbomb by Wayne take. What a display of power from the Wild Thing. Sinister whipped into the corner, and it is time for a boo party here. With the Black Sinister as the guest of dishonor. The Freak and the Wild Thing exchanging blind tags. Each taking their merry turn, putting their boots in the Black Sinister. And he is not going to be the same after this. Here we go, whip, double drop kick right to the chest of the Black Sinister. The Freak quickly going for a cover here. 1, 2, and I'm surprised. Did manage to get a 2. Sinister puts the Freak into his team's corner. And here we go, a little reciprocal action. A little bit of paying back with the same coin. As the X-Clan take their turn, engaging in a boot party on the Freak. And the Freak in the middle of an X-Clan stampede here as Magic looks on, most approvingly. And there we go, the drop kick. And the Freak rolls off center ring. Sinister covers 1, but only a 1. Wow. The Freak, very resilient. Elbow to the midsection. A kick. Woohoo! Quick counter from Black Sinister. Escapes the DDT. The Freak gets back to his feet. Gets rolled up. Look at this. Wow, what a spine buster from the Black Sinister. Real display of power. Covers. Wow. Wow thing right there to break up the pin. Gets in a spike shot on the way out. Black Sinister momentarily dazed. He gains his senses. The Freak still laid out center ring. Back body drop from the Freak. Down the Freak. Whoa, jawbreaker. And the Black Sinister. And whoa, the Freak took him down hard. The Freak counter. Black Sinister takes him down. Into this half crab. The Freak trying to make his way to the ropes. Decides he better escape instead. And succeeds in doing so, much to the delight of the fans. The Freak rounding up Black Sinister. Here we go. One clothesline, two clotheslines, a rebound off the ropes, and a beautiful heel kick that, whoa, Black Sinister counters with an arm drag. Fails to connect with a kick. Running DDT from the Freak. Black Sinister counters with a kick. The Freak powers him up again. And here we go. The Freak gauging the weight, and there it is. Beautiful vertical suplex from the Freak. Takes himself up to the middle rope. Waiting for Black Sinister to get. Look at this. Mad Dog X spoiling the launch pad here. Jawbreaker from Black Sinister. Look at this thing right here. Wraps it around into an armbar. The Freak in some serious trouble here. Trying to make it to the ropes. And it is no good. He is tapping out. That is it. The X-Clan with an upset win here by submission.
Time was 9 minutes and 18 seconds. Your winners by submission, the X-Clan.
Well now, looks like these former tag team champions remembered how they competed when they were top dogs, because they sure found it tonight, getting an upset tap-out win over the Psychedelics. That's kind of a big deal.
Yes, well, the X-Clan certainly making waves with this tap-out win over the Snarl Tag Team Champions, the Psychedelics. And we'll be right back with more RWL Sn Rl right after the break.
Up next, wow, the Memphis Million heiress Jody Boric, wasting zero time hooking up with the $1 Million Man. And tonight, the $1 Million Champion has declared he can whip on American Supreme Matt Clark. Well, we're set to find out.
Huh. Yeah, she's bad with money, all right. Damn, but Jody learned all about gold digging in a crash course somewhere to hook up with the $1 Million Man.
The next match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by Jody Dvorak from Omaha, Nebraska, weighing 236 pounds, he is the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Even if she is hiring him as some kind of consultant, the timing, the optics, you know? It just don't look cool, you guys.
I think anyone with sense can see that the money and power went straight to her head like ice cream goes straight to hips. And it marks a disturbing trend of stars' associations with unlikely ladies like Georgia Washington to Kurt Angle, and in this case, Jody and Ted DiBiase. It's like, why would you even?
Oh, he says everybody has a price, Wally. I dread to think what his price might have been for Jody Boric.
His opponent, accompanied by Crystal Gabor and Rage General Manager Steve Hercules Groves from Smithfield, North Carolina, weighing 265 pounds, one half of the RWL TV Tag Champion Southern. Gentlemen, American Supreme, Matt Clark.
Well, for 8 years, from 2012 to 2020, this man was the face of RWL Wrestling. American Supreme Matt Clark, accompanied this evening not only by his inamorata Crystal Gabor, but by Rage General Manager Steve Hercules Groves. coming out here to help represent Matt Clark in this matchup against the $1 Million Man. And there have been reports that the sectarians have been saying that Herc has been hiding out since exposing the video of the sectarians kidnapping Hana. Well, there you see him. He is standing ringside with Matt Clark, and he will be competing in the main event tonight against Papa Shango. Mr. Hercules doing anything but hiding. And indeed, what an odd pairing of Jody Vorek and the $1 Million Man. Referee Tom Kanamura rings the bell. Okay, collar and elbow tie up. DiBiase pushes Clark into the corner. Referee having to step in and break. Oh, Matt Clark. No clean break here. American Supreme counters the $1 Million Man with the wrist lock. Slams him down to the canvas. American Supreme countered by Ted DiBiase. DiBiase whips him into the corner. Clark rebounds out. And Ted DiBiase countered for the suplex, a clothesline that finds the $1 Million Man out on the floor. Clark rolls out after him. Steve, Mr. Hercules Groves, watching from a distance here, along with Crystal Gabor. And the $1 Million Man getting tagged by American Supreme left, right, and center as the referee continues to count. DiBiase takes him down with a clothesline. Matt Clark counters with a kick. Fails to connect with that flying forearm. Ted DiBiase drives Matt Clark's head right into the apron. DiBiase rolls Clark back inside. And here he comes. Whoa, hard kick to the midsection. Jody Vorek definitely playing her role to the max. Matt Clark with a knee breaker on the $1 Million Man. DiBiase counters, takes Clark down to the canvas. Winds him up into a half crab. Right center ring Clark. Escaping that one with relative ease. DiBiase counters, dragon screw. Now it's Matt Clark back on the canvas again. And American Supreme takes the $1 Million Man down with a shoulder tackle. Look at this. Jody Vorek becoming directly involved here. Heaven knows what she's saying to American Supreme. Clark counters with a forearm, backs DiBiase off, fails to connect with that flying. Oh, look at this. Jody Vorek introducing a chair into the equation here. Running bulldog from the $1 Million Man. Referee Tom Kanamura distracted in all directions as the $1 Million Man goes for a cover, realizes it's just backfired. Rounds up Matt Clark. Clark counters with a shoulder tackle, takes him down. American Supreme countered by the $1 Million Man into a back body drop. Elbow across the chest as the $1 Million Man puts the boots to American Supreme. Clark counters. Rounds up Ted DiBiase. Hangs him up off over the top rope. Matt Clark countered by the $1 Million Man. What a clothesline. DiBiase rounds him up again. Matt Clark counters with an arm drag. Clark with a kick to the midsection, goes behind. Whoa, look, here we go. Rolling suplexes. 3 of them in apple pie order. There we go, the red, white, and blue plex of American Supreme Matt Clark. And Jody Vorek doing whatever she can to assist Ted DiBiase in his hour of need. And it is indeed an hour of need. Whoa, hey, wait a minute here. Look at this. Wait a minute now. Steve Groves and Crystal Gabor assisting Clark up with Ted DiBiase into a triple power bomb. And what are you going to do? Tell the general manager no? Referee Tom Kanamura not sure what to do here. Matt Clark distracted by Jody Vorek, the $1 Million Dream, cinched in by Ted DiBiase. DiBiase fails to connect with the kick. Runs around behind on Clark. Has him up, knee breaker. from the $1 Million Man. Matt Clark whips DiBiase into the turnbuckle. DiBiase counters. Kick to the midsection. Has Clark up rib breaker from the $1 Million Man. Now into a blatant choke. No way the referee didn't see that one. A triple powerbomb. DiBiase covers. One. But no. Steve Groves perhaps overstepping his bounds just a little bit here tonight. Ted DiBiase with Clark up against the ropes. Yanks the rope and out comes Clark. Center ring. The $1 Million Man rounds him up. Shot to the midsection. And Clark moves in, has him up. DiBiase counters with elbows to the back of the head. Clark releases the hold. DiBiase has him up. Long vertical suplex for American Supreme. Now the $1 Million Man regaining control of the situation here. Whips American Supreme into the corner. Turns him around. Has him up. Whoa! Scoop slam. And Ted DiBiase takes himself up to the middle rope. Look at this elbow drop from the $1 Million Man. DiBiase quickly covers. 1, 2, but only 2. Matt Clark with enough steam in the tank to power out of that pin. As DiBiase prepares to strike again. Oh, hard shot. And right back into the $1 Million Dream. But Matt Clark, wise to that move, counters and escapes quickly. DiBiase counters again. Kick to the midsection. Clark counters with a knee. Takes down the $1 Million Man. DiBiase almost in the corner. Matt Clark pulls him out. Runs around, goes behind. And here we go again. The hat trick, the red, white, and blue plex from American Supreme Matt Clark. And there's blue. And Ted DiBiase is seeing double. And what's going on here? Are you kidding me? They're gonna do it again. Matt Clark, Steve Groves, and Crystal Gabor laying a second triple powerbomb on the $1 Million Man. I don't believe it. Are you kidding? Matt Clark covers. And Jody Vorick steps in. I'm sure she can't believe what she's seeing. She would never have imagined the general manager to come out here and do what he's done. Wow. DiBiase rounds up Clark. Clark counters with a kick to the midsection. Clothesline. Another. DiBiase kicks down a third clothesline. Matt Clark is DiBiase in the far corner. DiBiase counters and escapes. They tussle. Clark shoves him back. Runs around, goes behind. And again, the triple suplex for the $1 Million Man. This is the third time around. This one's got to be the charm. Boom, there we go. DiBiase laid out, and look at this, sweeps the leg. I don't believe it. Matt Clark struggling to get to his feet. DiBiase won't even let him do it. The $1 Million Man countered by American Supreme, quickly taken down. And look at this, as basic as it comes, as old school, a Boston Crab right in the center of the ring. DiBiase, he's tapping out. That is it. American Supreme Matt Clark defeats the $1 Million Man by submission.
The time was 8 minutes and 30 seconds, and your winner by submission, American Supreme Matt Clark.
That was plainly the American Supreme of all. What an absolutely dominant performance, reminiscent of the days when he was World Heavyweight Champion. And I'm sure the $1 Million Man is singing a different tune about handling Matt Clark after that encounter. American Supreme is definitely back.
Well, there you have it. American Supreme Matt Clark picking up a very important win over the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and Steve Hercules Groves, demonstrating that he as a general manager can abuse whatever privileges he may have. And he certainly did tonight. We'll be right back with more right after this. Well, fans, it's been an interesting evening on Snarl, and it's about to get even more interesting. For one night only, A limited one-night engagement, Crystal Gabor and the Fairfield Fox Faye Crawford joining forces once again, facing Grace Fenwick and Jessica Goldman of the UK Ladies.
A quick check of the records shows that Grace and Jessica have never locked horns with Crystal Fox Limited. Especially since the team split up when Crystal went to Rage and Faye Crawford stayed with Snarl. But it's a gas seeing the pair together again just for tonight.
The following ladies' tag team contest is set for one fall, with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Sussex, England, Grace Fenwick, and from Brisbane, Australia, Jessica Goldman. They are the UK Ladies.
Wow, so Crystal Fox Limited is in for a time with the UK Ladies. The master of sadism, Grace Fenwick, and her junior apprentice, Jessica Goldman, are likely to present a legit challenge to the former ladies tag team champions.
Ben and Crystal and Faye haven't worked together for months. Should be an interesting development.
Man, now I really miss Tex. They're playing his Christmas music.
Their opponents, from Palatka, Florida, and Fairfield, Connecticut, respectively, Crystal the Pistol Gabor, and the Fairfield Fox, Faye Crawford, Crystal Fox Limited.
Crystal the Pistol and the Fairfield Fox, the former Women's World Tag Team Champions, joining forces for this one-night engagement against Grace Fenwick and Jessica Goldman, the UK Ladies, and wow, it has been months since this team split up when the brands were split in October.
Both Faye and Crystal both said they're excited to compete together as a team, despite the loyalty to their respective shows. They loved being women's tag champions and said they'd love to have another crack at American Powers. I think maybe they will someday, but I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Well, how about this Crystal Fox Limited together again? Grace Fenwick and the Fairfield Fox Faye Crawford starting us off in this match. The referee rings the bell. Here we go. And Grace Fenwick opens up with a flurry of kicks and shots, and Grace Fenwick whips Faye Crawford into the corner, charges, fails to connect. Whoa, gets herself hung up in the corner. Counters with a shot to the midsection. Rebounds off the ropes, and a beautiful kick takes down the Fairfield Fox. Covers 1, 2, and only a 2. Grace Fenwick frustrated. Faye Crawford refusing to give up. As Faye Crawford gets back to her feet, escorted to the corner of the UK Ladies. Fairfield Fox countered, catches a cheap shot from Jessica Goldman, but a hip toss to Grace Fenwick. They lock up, kick to the midsection. They lock up again. And Grace Fenwick, with that sadistic series of strikes, takes down Faye Crawford. In comes Jessica Goldman. And in comes Crystal the Pistol Gabor. And down she goes. Wicked kick from Jessica Goldman. Goldman tries a knee into the leg of Crystal Gabor. Crystal counters, gets back to her feet. Tags back in Faye Crawford. The Fairfield Fox returns to the fray, gets kicked right down again by Jessica Goldman, who steps out and tags in Grace Fenwick. Both teams seem to be functioning at peak efficiency. Grace Fenwick driven headfirst into the turnbuckle. Crystal Gabor tagged in. A little double team action from Crystal Fox Limited. Whoa! Double slam for Grace Fenwick. Out she goes. Crystal Gabor through the ropes. Takes down Grace Fenwick. Kick to the midsection from Grace. They lock up. Crystal has her up in the cradle and a rib breaker. Followed up with a second rib breaker. Crystal Gabor rolls Grace Fenwick back in. Jessica Goldman laid out on the outside. They lock up. Crystal, whip to the ropes. Grace ducks under, leapfrogs, and whoa, fails to connect with her shot. Crystal whips Grace to the ropes, ducks under, leapfrogs it, and whoa, spinebuster from Crystal Gabor. Crystal countered by Grace Fenwick, shot to the midsection. They lock up. Grace Fenwick with a clothesline, and a devastating clothesline at that. Jessica Goldman tagged in. Crystal Gabor locks up. Clothesline again from Jessica Goldman this time. Rolls her over, hooks the leg. One, and only a one. Crystal Gabor powering out with the greatest of ease. Crystal desperately trying to find her partner, and there it is, the tag. The Fairfield Fox, Faye Crawford, and Grace both fail to execute their moves. Forearm takes Faye Crawford down. Grace Fenwick shoved away by the Fairfield Fox. Now Grace Fenwick with a series of kicks to the legs. Faye Crawford escorted to the corner of the UK ladies. Head first into the turnbuckle she goes. Here comes Jessica Goldman on the tag. And the double team. Air assisted shoulder tackle. Faye Crawford finding herself in some pretty big trouble here. With both members of the UK ladies firing very efficiently. Grace Fenwick trying to turn it around, takes down Jessica Goldman. As she steps out, and in comes Crystal Gabor. Crystal moves in, locks up with Jessica Goldman, and a series of short kicks to the head of Crystal Gabor. Crystal rounded up yet again by Jessica Goldman. Escorted to the corner head first. And here we go. Grace Fenwick tagged in, and a hard shot to the midsection, and another. Grace Fenwick firing off a wicked series of shots. A withering assault of blows to Crystal Gabor. Crystal is laid out again as Grace Fenwick continues to pour on the punishment here. And the UK ladies would love to pick up a win over Crystal Fox Limited in this one night only engagement. Crystal in deep trouble as Jessica Goldman is tagged in. Crystal catches a shot, a rebound off the ropes from Goldman, covers one. Faye Crawford right there to break it up. Jessica Goldman rebounds off the ropes, and here we go. Whoa, kick to the head. Crystal Gabor rolls out of the ring for a second, takes herself back inside, locks up with Jessica Goldman. Hard Irish whip into the ropes. Head-on collision with no result. Jessica Goldman fails to connect with the kick. Crystal Gabor whips her into the far corner. Monkey toss puts Jessica Goldman just about center ring. Crystal Gabor countered by Jessica Goldman. Goldman countered by Crystal Gabor. They lock up. Crystal with a short arm clothesline takes Jessica Goldman down. Crystal Gabor escorts Jessica Goldman to her team's corner. Here comes Faye Crawford on the tag. And look at this, another neat double team here. Rebound off the ropes, and boom. Double flapjack. And out goes Jessica Goldman as Faye Crawford goes after Grace Fenwick. Fails to connect with her move. High-risk maneuver. A costly mistake by the Fairfield Fox. Going back to work on Jessica Goldman. Beautifully executed arm drag. The Fairfield Fox rounds up Jessica Goldman. Goldman counters with a series of elbows to the midsection. A hard shot. Whip to the ropes. Faye Crawford manages to evade disaster there. And Faye Crawford with a pile driver on Jessica Goldman. Covers, hooks the leg one. And only a one. Wow, Jessica Goldman displaying some serious resiliency, powering out after the pile driver. Faye Crawford slams Jessica Goldman face first into the mat again. Steps out and in comes Crystal Gabor. Jessica Goldman absolutely motionless. As Crystal moves in, look at this. With that modified figure four. Now Crystal Gabor absolutely unapologetically trying to squeeze the life out of Jessica Goldman. Tags in the Fairfield Fox. Goldman back to her feet, charges, misses with the kick. Faye Crawford trying for the bear hug here, but no dice. Turns her attention to Grace Fenwick. Fenwick quickly escapes the ring. Goldman also escapes the ring. Faye Crawford standing alone here, center ring. Goes after Grace Fenwick. Gets hung up on the ropes. Here comes Jessica Goldman. From behind, knees to the back of the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford, Jessica Goldman locked up. The Fairfield Fox has her up for the power bomb, but Jessica Goldman counters and escapes. Knee to the face of the Fairfield Fox as Grace Fenwick comes in. Goes after Crystal Gabor, not a good idea. Over the top rope and whoa! Grace Fenwick with the high-risk maneuver that pays off on Crystal Gabor. But Crystal quickly back to her feet and back in action here. Neckbreaker on Grace Fenwick. And here comes Faye Crawford with a little bit something extra here. Whoa! Slams Grace Fenwick down to the floor. Fenwick in trouble here. Almost run right into, there we go. Faye Crawford trying to drive her into the barricade here. But whoa! Grace Fenwick, quick with the counter and the kick. Gets herself back inside the ring. Goes after Crystal Gabor again. Once more, a big mistake. But she is obsessed. Here we go. No! Tried for the beats of the Bodran, but Faye Crawford right there to break it up. Here comes Crystal Gabor on the tag. Grace Fenwick catches one. Catches a kick to the midsection. Rebound off the ropes from Crystal. Whoa, whoa, man. Wow. Rolling knees to the back. Just about a one count. Spoiled by Jessica Goldman. Goldman rolled out onto the floor. Crystal Gabor returns her attention to Grace Fenwick. Fenwick with a kick to the midsection. Locks up with Crystal. A series of short kicks to the head. And the sadistic Grace Fenwick catches a cheap shot from the Fairfield Fox. Crystal up over the shoulders and catches a knee to the head. Grace Fenwick quickly going for a cover one. And only a one. Faye Crawford right there to break it up. Grace Fenwick slams Crystal Gabor face down into the canvas. Goes for the cover and hooks the leg again. One. But once more, Faye Crawford breaking the pin up. As Grace Fenwick has to start all over. And she is getting frustrated. Crystal Gabor counters with a forearm. Grace Fenwick counters with a shot to the midsection. Rebounds off the ropes. A kick that takes Crystal Gabor down to the mat. Crystal rounded up again. Grace Fenwick escorts Crystal Gabor to the UK ladies corner. Here comes Jessica Goldman on the tag. All the way up on the top rope. And here we go again, another air-assisted shoulder tackle that takes Crystal Gabor down to the mat. Crystal, whoa-ho, quick counter, and a running drop kick from Crystal Gabor. Jessica Goldman quickly on the defensive here, taken down, and here we go. Crystal Gabor into a figure four leg lock on Jessica Goldman. Goldman struggling to turn it around. Succeeds in doing so. Gabor escapes. Ooh, another cheap shot from Faye Crawford. Jessica Goldman catches a kick to the midsection. Crystal Gabor locks her up, has her over. Neckbreaker. Down she goes again. Gabor covers. And Grace Fenwick right there to spoil the pin, and Jessica Goldman reaching for the rope. So come what may, like it or not, this match continues. Jessica Goldman turned over by Crystal Gabor. Crystal winds up, there we go, cloverleaf on the leg, and then drives an elbow into the leg of Jessica Goldman as a parting shot. Here comes Faye Crawford, the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford locks it up, whips Goldman to the ropes. Whoa, look at this. Wow, what a neck breaker from the Fairfield Fox. Here comes Grace Fenwick on the tag. Grace Fenwick evaded twice over by Faye Crawford. Whoa, front slam. And Grace Fenwick's got to have the wind knocked out of her. Whoa, quickly escapes the leg drop kick to the midsection from the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford with a pulling pile driver on Grace Fenwick. Follows up with a series of stomps. Grace Fenwick getting her face ground right center ring. Elbow across the back of the head. Grace Fenwick is laid out center ring. The Fairfield Fox, Faye Crawford, taking herself all the way up and all the way back down. Elbow across the back. Crawford rolls her over. Covers. 1, 2. But again, Grace Fenwick refusing to surrender here. Faye Crawford fails to connect with the kick, catches a shot to the back from Grace Fenwick. Fenwick takes her down. And now just pummeling at the head of Faye Crawford. A series of left hands followed up with a stomp to the midsection. Grace Fenwick turning it around here, regaining control of the situation. Faye Crawford in trouble here, submission. The crossface applied. Faye Crawford struggling. Crystal Gabor. Crystal Gabor perhaps saving her team from disaster. Grace Fenwick duking it out with Crystal Gabor as Jessica Goldman goes after the Fairfield Fox on the outside. Whoa! Faye Crawford pummeling left hard right hands across the head of Jessica Goldman. And Grace Fenwick clubbing the chest of Crystal Gabor for a count of 10, and out she goes onto the floor. Faye Crawford back inside. Kick from Grace Fenwick. Covers. 1, 2, and again no. The Fairfield Fox absolutely refusing to yield here to Grace Fenwick. Whoa! Grace misses with the kick. And here's another pile driver from the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford countered by Grace Fenwick. Faye Crawford counters and drives a series of knees into the midsection of Grace Fenwick. Quickly steps out. Here comes Crystal Gabor again. And with time running out, something's got to give. Jessica Goldman tagged in. Whoa! Quickly taken down by Crystal Gabor. Crystal running facebuster. Crystal Gabor rounds her up, but look at this. Jessica Goldman quickly countering and escaping with a kick that takes down Crystal Gabor. Crystal rounded up again. Up over the shoulders of Jessica Goldman. Quickly slams face down into the mat. Goldman covers, but the Fairfield Fox is right there to spoil that pin. Gets whipped out onto the floor for her pains. As Goldman returns to the attack, Crystal Gabor counters and slams her face down. And now Crystal Gabor moves in. A rake across the back by Crystal. And now Crystal with a headlock punch takes Goldman down. Goldman trying to find an avenue of escape, but there isn't one. Crystal Gabor mercilessly raking the back of Jessica Goldman. Whip to the ropes. Crystal Gabor ducks under. Leapfrogs. Here we go. Spear that takes Goldman down. Crystal rounds her up again. Whoa! Sweeps the leg. And a beautiful leg drop. Covers. 1, 2. Are you kidding me? Jessica Goldman manages to get that shoulder up. Middle rope from Crystal Gabor as Goldman slowly gets to her feet. Here we go, beautiful crossbody from Crystal Gabor. And here comes the Fairfield Fox, Jessica Goldman, still trying to find the way out of town, and it's not there. Crawford takes her down, winds her up. Here we go. Into a submit. That's it. She is tapping out. It is all over. Crystal Fox Limited winning this matchup by submission over the UK ladies.
The time was 17 minutes and 45 seconds. Your winners by submission, Crystal Fox Limited.
This place coming absolutely unglued for Crystal Gabor and Faye Crawford with this terrific tap-out win over the UK ladies. We will return with our main event right after the break. Stay right where you are. All right, coming up, it's our main event. Mr. Hercules, Steve Groves, general manager of Rage, looking for a little bit of payback from Papa Shango in this one-on-one with Amanda Robinson ringside.
This time, I'm furious. How dare you throw your weight around on Kaz Manson in that careless way with The Undertaker. Kaz is still unable to serve his functions because of your stupid criminal carelessness. Well, tonight, Papa Shango will show all of you that resistance is useless, and he will make an example of Mr. Hercules. I warn you again, do not escalate things any further, or it will be costly.
Oh, the voice of Lilith Morella speaking from the PA system as Papa Shango makes his entrance in this main event matchup. And that was a pretty ominous threat from Lilith Morella.
Nothing but love for Big Herc, but why is he even taking a chance like this when he's seen what happened to Tex in their tag team match? I know Herc isn't afraid of Jack, but damn it, these are some bad cats that play the game for keeps.
And his opponent, accompanied by Dion the Titaness from Hollywood, California, weighing 302 pounds, Mr. Hercules.
Here he comes, the single greatest wrestler RWL has ever produced, along with his enamorada Dion the Titaness, Mrs. Hercules now. And Herc and Dion making their first appearance since tying the knot.
Big Herc has been extra reckless tonight. What with helping Matt Clark powerbomb the $1 Million Man, and then this match with Papa Shango, and then on top of that, bringing Dion ringside as a counter to Amanda Robinson. That just seems like Herc is being, well, extra on purpose.
That aside, Big Herc with more World Heavyweight Championship reigns than anybody around here, including the first 12. That's right, you heard me correctly, the first 12 championship title reigns, now known as the 12 Labors of Hercules. And Big Herc is not afraid of anything, you're absolutely right, and he is certainly not afraid of Papa Shango. Oh, guys, what an ominous mood for this main event here. My goodness, Papa Shango. Here's hoping he doesn't spit that green mist again. Steve looks like he's primed and ready to go. Referee Tom Katamura sounds the bell. The men come center ring. They lock up collar and elbow. Papa Shango countered by Herc. Herc's got him up. Where are we going? Running power slam center ring for Papa Shango. Mr. Hercules opening up with a series of hard right hands to the head. But Papa Shango, Amanda Robinson standing ringside, observing for the Sectarians. And Mr. Hercules delivering miniature curb stomps to the chest of Papa Shango. Papa Shango turns it around, delivers a couple of solid lofts. And now Papa Shango taking advantage of Herc on the mat. Rounds him back up. Hard whip to the ropes. Papa Shango ducks under. Leapfrogs it. And, woo, beautiful power slam. Hate to give credit to the Sectarians for anything, but that was well executed. Ripbreaker for Mr. Hercules as Dion the Titaness looks on. Oh, heel kick from Papa Shango. And Mr. Hercules could be in a little trouble here. Dion the Titaness trying to will him back into this matchup. Elbow to the back of the head from Papa Shango. Herc rounded up again. Counters a beautiful hip toss from Mr. Hercules. Now Herc starting to administer some punishment to Papa Shango as the referee continues to toy with that disruptive turnbuckle. Amanda Robinson definitely up to no good here. Herc charges up and over and whoa, crash and burn. Not a good ending. And Papa Shango gonna capitalize on the error. As the referee initiates the count. Herc with a clothesline takes Papa Shango down. Rounds Papa Shango up. Look at this. Series of short kicks to the side of the head. Referee Tom Kennemore trying to get the action back inside the ring here. But so far, no dice. Herc with a discus punch. Off the fireman's carry. Nice combination from Steve, Mr. Hercules Groves. Papa Shango rolled back in the ring as the GOAT of RWL steps in. Heel kick from Papa Shango takes Herc down. Papa Shango quickly covers. One, but only one. Herc following out of the pin, a stomp to the face on Papa Shango, who continues to display that preternatural ability that the sectarians seem to possess lately. An ability to come from behind and win it all when it's not expected. Papa Shango. Double axe handle across the back of Mr. Hercules. And now center ring. Look at this. Right across the back again. Papa Shango. Oh, that is revolting. Papa Shango. Countered by Herc. A kick to the head. Papa Shango firing off a series of shots and a clothesline that takes Herc down. Herc making his way up to his feet. Shango charges shoulder and takes Herc out onto the floor. Dion the Titaness saying something. Yep, she's getting into it with Papa Shango. Meanwhile, Herc is laid out on the outside. The referee continues to count. Dion really getting into it with Papa Shango. Herc is whipped to the ropes. Papa Shango ducks under. And a back body drop for Mr. Hercules. Papa Shango rounded up by Herc. Knee to the skull. Down he goes. Oh, Herc is charged up. Here we go. He locks it up. Whips Shango. Whoa, and a spear out of no place. Covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2. But no, Papa Shango raising that right shoulder just in the nick of time. And Steve, Mr. Hercules Groves, here we go. Oh, man, 10 feet up, 10 feet down with a knee across the head. Papa Shango, and he ain't moving. Mr. Hercules rolls himself back in the ring as he awaits the return of Papa Shango. He may be waiting for us. Well, here we go. He's slowly coming back to himself here. Herc locks him up. Shango counters. Elbows to the midsection. Locks up Herc and hurls him down towards the barricades and makes it back inside the ring himself. Oh, I think he just made Herc mad. Here he comes. Papa Shango and Mr. Hercules. Uh-oh, here we go. They're trading shots back and forth. There's the question of who's going to stay up standing the longest. Papa Shango pressing the advantage, encouraging Mr. Hercules to hit him. Shango hitting back with everything he's got. These two just going at it. Herc with a couple of hard rights. Shango takes him down. And now goes for a cover. 1. Will Mr. Hercules, with a count of only 1, quickly back to his feet as Papa Shango can't believe it. Whips Herc to the far corner. A hard right to the midsection, and Hurt counters it and puts Shango into the corner. Shango counters and escapes the corner. Hard right. Now Papa Shango. He's got Hurt up. There's the shoulder breaker. This could be the end right here. Cover. 1, 2. No! Mr. Hercules raising that left shoulder. And Papa Shango wondering what he's going to have to do here. Hercules back to his feet. And he rounds up Papa Shango. Amanda Robinson once again toying with that turnbuckle. Papa Shango takes Hurt down with a chop block. Hurt takes himself to the outside. Here comes Papa Shango in hot pursuit. Going to work on the legs of Mr. Hercules. And in the tightness. Looking on. Fortunately, has not been attacked yet. Papa Shango. Hard right hands to the head of Mr. Hercules. Papa Shango rounds Herc up. This is dangerous one. He's on the outside. That's when he used the green mist on Tex Lynch. Papa Shango stalking. Hurt rolls out of the way. Running kick takes Papa Shango down. Now Hurt caught up from behind, rear waistlock. Papa Shango escorts him to the far corner of the referee. Correcting the turnbuckle for perhaps the 47th time this evening. Papa Shango countered by Hurt with a headbutt. Off the ropes. Beautiful flying kick. And down went Papa Shango. Amanda Robinson looking to get into it with Hurt, and Hurt's not having it. Shango locks him up. A gouge to the eyes. A series of hard shots and a kick and a clothesline. It takes Hurt down again. Shango covering again. 1, 2. Oh, no, 2. Steve Groves powers out one more time. Counters. Papa Shango back to his feet. A kick. A right. Up over the shoulders. There goes Papa Shango. Boom. Michinoku driver. And Mr. Hercules rebounds off the rope. Beautiful shooting star. Right across the chest of Papa Shango. Hard right hands from Hurt. And a stomp to the midsection. And Papa Shango is bleeding. He's busted open. And Hurt rounds him up. Look at this drape between the ropes as Mr. Hercules starts driving knees into the head of Papa Shango. And here it is. Hurt's calling for it. Here he goes. Boot. And out goes Papa Shango onto the floor. Amanda Robinson absolutely cursing Mr. Hercules blue. And down the tightness. Looks on at a fallen Papa Shango. Finally getting back to his feet. Hurt steps out. They lock up. Into the ring steps. Hurt is rounded up again by Papa Shango. And pitched towards the barricades. Amanda Robinson just making it out of the way just in time. The referee counting. Look at this, Amanda Robinson directly becoming involved. And going actively after Mr. Hercules. She's got to be out of her mind. These sectarians absolutely flaunting authority. Hurt with a kick takes Papa Shango down. Rounds Papa Shango back up. Rolls him back inside the ring. Referee can break the count now. Hurt goes for the cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. I guess that was it. He just outlasted Papa Shango and wins by pinfall.
The time was 10 minutes and 7 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Mr. Hercules.
Big Herc as usual, coming through in the clutch when it matters most. What a huge win for the RW outside of this ongoing war with the sectarians.
Well, fans, we've only got seconds to go. Thank you very much for joining us for this edition of RWL Sn Rl. We remind you to hit that notification bell because immediately following this edition of Sn Rl will be RWL Raid. For all of us here at RWL, I've been Don Hickson. Thank you. We'll see you next time at ringside. Good night, everybody.